Uganda. I always tell people that I was born in Karamoja, and they're like, what? Born in Karamoja? So because there's this saying that you can't wait for Karamoja to develop. So I was born in Karamoja. At that time, my dad was working in Karamoja. And I was born in 1974. So I'm actually turning 50 years in June. So I studied in Uganda. My parents had migrated to Uganda. They left Rwanda a long time ago, you know, because of the history of Rwanda as refugees. So I have 8 siblings. I'm the 5th born. I studied partly in Uganda, finished Uganda, came to Rwanda in 1996 when most of the Rwandese were coming back to Rwanda. I came to Rwanda also among those Rwandese in 1996. I continued with my school. I finished at KIST. That time we went to School of Finance and Banking, where I graduated in business administration. I majored in marketing. I got an upper. I did very well. So at that time I had started school work as well. So I was working when I was studying at the same time. So I graduated and I also continued with my work. I was a very fun young girl, always smiling. I remember I used to dance. I still love and enjoy music so much. But even at my childhood, I used to enjoy dancing, more especially the traditional dances. So I remember I used to dance for our guests when they would come home. And because I was a good dancer, so my dad would always say, hey, Julie Mutoni, come and dance for the guests. I was always ready and willing to dance for everyone at home. So I was that very happy girl, always smiling. I had my own unique laughter, where people would also say, the neighbors would say, if we don't hear Mutoni laughing, then we know she's sick or she's away. Because I would even laugh, the neighbors would even hear my laughter. So I grew up as a very, very happy girl. At my age, my dad usually told me that I knew when I started growing up and we could talk and discuss. My dad used to tell me that I was that kind of girl who knew exactly what she wanted. And he gave me an example of one time all my sisters know how to ride bicycles. So, and I was told at the age of 4 to ride a bicycle and also be like my sisters, because I had sisters that were bigger than me, my elder sisters. And I told my dad that I couldn't, that time I told him that I don't want to ride a bicycle and I don't want to know anything about riding a bicycle. I will drive a car. And I was too young to even say that, and he was like, why? I said, number 1, I'll drive a car. Number 2, I don't want scars on my legs. And indeed, I never drove a bicycle, and indeed, I don't have a scar. So, and I got to know how to drive at a very early age. I think I was in senior 3, and that time I had a driving permit. So I'm that, according to my dad, I was that kind of girl who knew exactly what she wanted, and I would fight so much to get what I wanted at a very early age. So basically, that's who I was when I was young. I was very fun. I was very good at making friends. I was a prefect in primary. I was a head girl. So I also started, you know, having leadership abilities and skills at a very early age. Every group I would belong to, somehow I would find myself, you know, being a leader or taking up a role. So that started at a very, very early age. In secondary, I was in the head of drama because I enjoyed drama, I enjoyed dancing, and then primary I was a head girl. So all that, I think, was just an indication that at the end of it all, I will end up becoming a leader. So it started at an early age. My journey has been a long one, but I started when I was a young girl. I started small, so I grew up in different leadership roles. I started as a customer service agent, to be honest, as a young girl. But then I grew because of the hard work I had. I was hardworking, I was ambitious, I was focused, I was committed to everything that I was doing. So that made me grow into different roles and different departments. And experience is very good. I always advise the young people, it's always to have the patience to even show their capabilities. Like these days you find someone has gotten a job in this company and wants to run and get another job in another company, maybe in a year's time or in 2 years' time. Before he even shows, her capacity and her capabilities, before even the company gets to recognize her and gets to see the potential, she's off to another company. So for me, I was lucky to remain in one company for a very long time. I started small as a customer service agent. I started at the age of 21. I went to different departments. I went to sales. From customer service, I went to sales because selling had always been my passion. I moved from sales, I went to administration. I moved from administration, then I went to management. I became a country manager of a big institution and an international company. I worked with that international company I managed the international company for 17 years as a country manager. Then in management, I must say I was in management for more than 20 years. Then I decided to leave that company. I started my own business. So Multilines, I'm a shareholder and a managing director. And that had always been my dream because I had worked for people and I felt, it's high time for me to also have my own company, start small and make it big and make money and leave a legacy so that my children can also come and work in this company of Multilines, even my grandchildren, even if, because we shall all die anyway, we go at a certain point, God forbid, but if it happens at least, then they will be saying, this is what our mom started and that's what we want to leave behind as a legacy. Mm-hmm. So in terms of career-wise, that's where I am. I've faced challenges as a woman, but not very major. Because number one, for Rwanda, we are lucky that we're given a platform as women, and women have been empowered, women are in leadership. We've seen very many leaders that are women and have done a tremendous job because the government supports women. So that, I've not felt it so much, but I somehow feel it. For example, I might go for a meeting and you all know this is a male-dominating world, and maybe we're given responsibilities, but you find, they're not confident that a woman is going to handle certain responsibilities and deliver well as a man. You can even see on the expressions, some even become open and say, a woman, and mention something like that. And then you're like, why not? So for me, I've seen that, and also for example, like carrying on responsibilities, especially for business. Maybe you're awarded a tender, and then maybe they're in the selection, and just someone gets biased because it's a company that is led by a woman, and is hesitant. It's like, and more especially the industry where I am, logistics is a male-dominant industry. So there are very few women in logistics than men. we have more men than women. So, and someone is talking, because logistics is somehow a masculine kind of job. So you're talking of containers, you're talking of ports, you're talking of trucks, you're talking of road transportation, you're talking of all that. So it's somehow, you're talking of airlines, you're talking of, you know, shipment, moving parcel from a shipment from one area to another. It's a lot. There's a lot involved. So sometimes before they even give a tender or award a tender to a company, you know, sometimes when they see it's a woman, they're like, they just want to see the men before the women. But that's okay. We've come out and we've managed to show the world that women can also be very good leaders, and actually sometimes even better leaders than men. Yeah, because women have that, they have the third eye, the fourth eye. We go into details and we see where men don't see sometimes. So, and if it's a woman who is a good leader and is a woman, it's actually a bonus. It's much better. It's much better because she will go into details. And we even have that privilege of being mothers, and especially when you're a mother, so you attach empathy, and empathy is very key. You know, having empathy, that does not mean that you're not strong. There's being strong and there's having empathy, and two are needed in leadership. A leader is supposed to have empathy, and a leader is supposed to be strong. So women have both, and empathy is very, very key. So yes, it has happened, but I've ignored because I have the confidence. So what I can advise women and young girls is more especially to have the confidence. And how do you build that confidence? By making yourself better every day in terms of improving your knowledge, having more skills, you know, knowing too much, reading a lot, you know, being everywhere, networking, being with the right people, with the right minds that push you to another level. So all that builds the confidence. So I just advise women, girls to always ignore, because this is a male-dominating world. We cannot avoid it. But what are we doing as women to also, you know, have our share, have a part in the world? We just need to work on ourselves, build our confidence, and be there to work with the men. For the young girls, to be honest, they need to work very hard on themselves. Working so hard on themselves. What do I mean? If they're in school, if they're in business, everything they're doing, even the ones that in the remote areas, what are they doing to better themselves as people, as individuals? Because that's what they bring out to the world. That is how they sell themselves to the world. So if they're in school, are they performing well? It's also very important to be in school and even get better grades. It's important to get better grades because it builds your confidence. Because if you know you're in school and you're passing, then you gain the confidence that, you know what, I can even do business better, I can even dance better, I can excel in everything I'm doing. So everything they do, number one, they have to do it right. Everything they do, they have to set their mind on doing it right, and then making themselves better. For the young girls, discipline is very, very key. They need sober minds, they need discipline to achieve whatever they're achieving. For example, if you're in school and you go out every day and you're tired every day, how will you pass the exams? And if you're working and you're partying from Monday to Sunday, how will you perform? You're not going to be promoted, you're not going to get a pay raise, you're not going to get another opportunity because, and more especially in Rwanda, we have a very small market. So people know, people talk. So the way they take themselves, integrity is very key, which goes with discipline. So they need to have that discipline, and then they need to better themselves. Then they need to know exactly what they want. When the reason is big, for example, if you say, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a businesswoman, That is the why. Why are you studying? Why are you working so hard? That is the why. If the why is big and you have big dreams, goals set, then you work so hard to achieve. But if you don't know where you're going and what you want, how would you achieve when you don't even know what you want? There's some people, you say, what do you want to become? And they are young. They start laughing. They look into you, they don't even look into your face, they just start laughing. I don't know. You need to know exactly what you want as a young person and work so hard to achieve exactly what you want. And parents, we need to encourage our young girls. We need to tell them when they are young. We need to ask them what they want to become in life. We need to talk to them. If she says, I want to be a pilot, what does it take to become a pilot? She needs to study hard. She needs to know her numbers. You need to even tell her, even the kind of subjects that at a young age. When you start telling her as a mother, you're like, you need to do this to become this. Then she knows the why. Then when she grows up, she will work on the how. But they need to know where they're going, what they want. And then, of course, for ladies, for women, confidence. Confidence is built every day. Confidence is built every day. Even where I am now, I'm doing an interview with New Times. It's confidence. If I was not confident, I would say, no, I don't talk to journalists. So look at everything as an opportunity. Don't look at a journalist and run away from a journalist. Journalists will make you, grow your business. Now people will know that I work for Multilines. They want to give me business and I will grow my business. So you cannot run away from media, for example. So confidence, even in the adult ones, the young women, the elderly women, just have the confidence. And then the network. Everything we do is about people. Get out. Stop being in houses. Get out. Socialize. Attend events. Be with leaders. Be with managers. Learn from them. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Don't leave office straight away to be with your children and your husband. Yes, we need to plan and have time for our children and our husband, but we also need time to go out and see what is happening in the world. Be able to come and do the better things that we're supposed to do. Not to keep in our zones. So I feel that the world has so many opportunities, more especially for women. Good women can excel because good women have integrity, have, the other eyes I talked about, are intelligent, are patient, have empathy, are mothers. They can do a lot. They can change the world and they can make a world a better place to be. But there's a lot that we need to do as individuals, as women, to make it work. Otherwise, it will always be a male-dominating world, and we will see the men will cheer them up when we are here. So we just need to work so much, so hard on ourselves and help one another. Build that support system to help other women. If you've made it in leadership, share, like I'm sharing. I'm sure somewhere, somehow, someone is going to feel motivated and is going to feel helped. And someone might want to approach me. I will give free information, free advice. So let's support one another because we are still small, more especially in leadership. We have very few women in leadership. So we reach a certain level and we get stuck. And men are there to support, more especially when we show them and tell them what we want. I always tell people, ask, be given or not. Someone is not going to beat me because I asked, but I asked. Me, I'm always asking. If I don't know, I will ask. If I need, I will ask. So I'm given or I'm not given, but no one is going to hate me or punish me for asking. So let's speak up. Let's ask where we need help. Men are there to support. Fellow women are there to support. Then we see if we can make it in life.